Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and today I will be doing my low buy update for the month of March. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I've been on a low buy for 2 years and then a no buy for 2 years, and now I'm going back to a low buy. My rules are 2 out 1 in for makeup, and I have a beauty bank. So right now I just have 1 credit from last month, and when I go travel internationally, I'm not restricted. However, domestically I am, and I do live in the US. So I'm just going to get into like my life updates slash ramblings, and the first thing I wanted to talk about was that I thought I would have to use my 1 beauty bank credit on a non-fun item, or like something I felt like was a necessity in my makeup routine, which was setting spray. So I have just 1 setting spray and I've had it for about 2.5 years, and it's this one. And I held it up in yellow lighting and I thought that it had gone yellow. It's actually not yellow, it's still clear. But if I hold it up towards like my bathroom light, it's going to look yellow. And in this light it does look a little bit more yellow. But I thought that it had expired, and as you can see I still have quite a bit in it. So I really didn't want to have to purchase a new one. I was about to get one and then I realized that it was just because I held the spray bottle up to the wrong lighting that it looked yellow. So I ended up not getting it, and it just reminded me that when I go to Asia I should probably pick up 1 setting spray for a backup just in case this one does expire. There's still plenty. I don't think I'll finish it by the end of this year, but it's just in case. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. Stumbled upon it on accident before the sale even happened, which is very rare. Usually I find out when the sale is happening. I'll get like the notification because I live under a rock, and I don't follow a lot of people who cover the 21 Days of Beauty sale. Basically, I was looking for a birthday present for my mom, and she likes skincare, so I was checking both Ulta and Sephora, and that's how I found out. And I took a look at the sale, and there's something on my wish list that will be at the sale, and it is the Fui 3D volumizing glosses. So when I saw that, I was like, perfect, this is what I'm going to spend my 1 beauty bank credit on. I was interested in 2 shades, but I think I'm just gonna get Rosy, which is like a rose brown, which is like my favorite shade of lip color. I have like, I don't know, at least 3 other lip glosses that are about the same color. And then I was doing research for Japan, which I feel like has become my whole personality for the past few months. Maybe I am neurodivergent, but anyways, I saw that there's a Fui agate, I don't know if that's how you say it, or agate store in Shin Okubo, which is basically Little Korea, or like Koreatown. So it's a flagship store, so it has like a lot more items. It has like the place where you can make the keychains, although to be honest, I'm not that interested in making a keychain. I just want the glosses. I'm just gonna go get it there because I'm actually staying quite close to Shin Okubo. I'm just excited because they have some limited edition colors which also look quite nice. This way I get to test out the lip gloss before I buy it as well, because I've never tested this. I'm probably not going to be saving any money by going to Japan and buying this. Even with the conversion rate, I don't think I'm going to be saving any money, but this way I'll get to test out the color and maybe I'll change my mind. Otherwise, the sale is pretty skippable to me. I feel like there's nothing too interesting. I only have 1 beauty bank credit, so it's like not worth it for me to get anything. I think if I were not on a low buy, I would have picked up the Laura Mercier pressed powder. I actually do have one, but I bought it last year, but I think it's pretty good. It's just that I picked the wrong shade. I also think I will be doing both a makeup and skincare inventory in March, just to give myself an idea of what I have before I go on my trip. Normally I only do makeup inventories twice a year, but I think this year I'm going to be doing 1 in March, 1 in June, and then 1 in December, which is kind of different. I used to do makeup inventories quarterly when I got more items in my collection more regularly, but since doing my no buy especially, I have not felt the need to do makeup inventories as often because I'm not bringing in stuff as often. And even though I am on a low buy again, it's a 2 out 1 in style, so I feel like I'm hoarding my points more. I'm still trying to finalize my wish list for Japan / shopping list for Japan, so I don't have it ready now, but by the next month I should have it ready. And I'm just going to move on to my empties and purchases. Starting with my empties. This is the Trader Joe's Ultra Moisturizing Shea Butter Hand Cream. I go through one of these a month on average, especially in the winter months because my hands are really dry. And I've talked about this in past like low buy, no buy updates as well, because I just go through them so often and they're only $5. I haven't been through one in a while because I have 3 open right now. Actually, I have 4 open, one's at work, but I just scatter these about, and there's usually one at my desk, one at one of the sinks, and then another one just in a bag somewhere. Their summer scents smell pretty good as well. Like the strawberry lemonade one was really good a few years ago, but right now I think they only have the pink guava. The pumpkin spice one smells really bad. I would not recommend getting the pumpkin spice one. It's very, very strong. And then the next product I have is from Sol de Janeiro. It is their Balm Dia Bright body wash. And I go through one of these every month as well. I might as well go through everything I go through in a month first. And I use this for my keratosis pilaris, and I use this on a silicone body scrubber. Kind of like extend how far this can go because this does not foam up that easily on its own. Both my husband and I use this. He kind of has keratosis pilaris, but not as bad as me. Like my bumps are very visible, whereas his are not. And I enjoy the scent. It's quite strong. This is kind of pricey, but for 2 people using it, I think one a month is not terrible. I feel like I go through one every month to 2 months. This is my Tree Hut Merry Mint Shea Sure Scrub. And it smells like iced peppermint and cotton candy and vanilla bean. I think it definitely smells like a peppermint candy cane, but like a very sweet one. It smells a little bit like cherries too, which I guess is where the cotton is from. I would repurchase this, but I think it's only around the holidays. I like to use this about once or twice a week, at least once a week, especially when I can feel that my bumps are like getting really bumpy, because after I use this, my skin is quite smooth for a few days. But with keratosis pilaris, I feel like you're always just fighting it. Like, you'll never cure it. You can only make it less rough by using products. So that's why I use so many. Another thing I go through pretty regularly, this is kind of gross. This is my Fino Premium Touch Hair Mask. And I bought this last year when I was doing research very quickly on what to get from Don Quijote in Hong Kong. And Don Quijote is from Japan, but they do have stores in other countries, including in the US, just in Hawaii, as far as I know. There's 2 very popular Japanese masks. There's this one, and then there's the Tsubaki hair mask. And then this one is better for high porosity hair, and the Tsubaki is better for low porosity hair. And I have high porosity hair. I think that means, well, okay, I'll just describe my hair type, and if you know better you can tell me in the comments. But my hair gets wet very easily, but it also dries out very easily. As you can tell, I have like very straight hair, and even after bleaching it and dyeing it, it's still like that. Like, it still gets wet very easily and dry very easily. I use this hair mask every time I use purple shampoo because the purple shampoo is very drying. And so I feel like to, you know, combat that or help with that, I'll go in with this hair mask. And I'll just use I'll just dig my hands in and scoop one scoop and then plop it on top of my hair and then close it, which is why there's like gunk on the sides, the product, because there's still a little bit in my hands. But anyways, I feel like this works just as well as Olaplex, if not better. It's definitely more cost efficient. I heard that these retailed for $30 in the US, so when I saw it for like $6 in Hong Kong, I was so excited and I bought a few. I didn't use all of them. I gave them away to friends and family. but I kept 2 for myself to use, and I really like this. I actually asked my husband to buy me some. He just got back from Japan. When I came back, I saw that the prices here were $8, and I was like, well, why did I get them from Hong Kong? I could have just bought it here instead of having to lug it back and forth. But since then, the prices have gone up. They're not back up to 30 yet, but I see them for like $15 to $20, and I'm not quite on board with those prices. So when I go to Japan, I'm going to pick up more. Even though my husband did bring some back, it's not enough. Next, I used up a bottle of BBN facial spray, and this is a mini, so I went through this quite quickly. I think I still have one more I need to bring back from my desk at work. This expired in May of last year, and I used this in the morning after I use my cellar water. I just spray this on my face to kind of act like I'm washing my face, and then I'll take my fan and I'll just fan my face like this to dry it off, and I feel like that helps a lot with making my skin plump. I don't know why. If I don't use this stuff, I definitely notice a difference. I don't know the science behind it, but to me it's not a waste of money. And I'll also use it on my hair if my hair mask requires my hair to be wet, which has not happened for a while because with the Pheno you can just use it in the shower because the amount of time that it needs to sit in your hair is very short compared to Olaplex. So that's why I like it a lot more as well. I have repurchased this in the full size can because this tiny can barely lasts. I thought I was going to travel with this a lot, and like use it in the summer when it's hot, but I have not been doing that. I feel like if I do that, then bugs would be attracted to my skin because there's water. And then I have a perfume. This is from Kilian. It's their Apple Brandy on the Rocks perfume. I really liked this scent. It smells like apples. It smells very like woody. I think it's cedar. I could be very wrong because I don't know what's used in whiskey barrels, but it definitely smells like Jack Daniels. My husband says it smells like smoke. I can't smell it. I only smell the apple brandy. So I got this as a sample, like a little one, from Sephora, and I liked it so much that I bought this. Or I couldn't get myself to pay for the full size. This still was $50, but I remember getting it for 20% off, so it was $40. I am going to repurchase this when I go to Japan because it is cheaper over there, and there is a tax return as well. This took me about 2 winters to use up. I think I finished this about a week or 2 ago, and I guess it was perfect timing so I could transition into using a more spring scent. It is actually quite warm today. It's going to be 70 degrees, although, oh wait, it says 69 degrees. Nice. And the last product that I have is actually a makeup product. This is what's left of my brow pencil. This is the NYX Powder Brow in the shade Taupe. And this is the very last of the like OG formula, I guess. I remember buying a lot of these during early COVID, and this thing is probably close to 5 years old. I really liked the formula. It was nice and powdery. I'm not wearing it today because I finished this last week, and I don't really like sharp brows. Like what I'm wearing today is a little bit more sharp, but this gave like the look that you used powder with the convenience of a pencil. And I remember buying these because I was like, oh, it's wood, it's better for the environment. I feel like you lose a lot of product by sharpening this, even though this did last me, like just this pencil alone, like over 2 years. I also have not been wearing makeup as much as I did in previous years because I didn't have to be seen. I wasn't going to the office every single day. I think that's part of why this took me so long to use up, but they've reformulated it since COVID. The reviews aren't looking so promising on this, but I would like to try the new formula if I still have extra beauty bank credit at the end of the year. So yeah, that was one product, so I get half a credit because it's 2 out 1 in. So now I have 1.5 credits, and I didn't buy any makeup this month. I'm still at 1.5, and I'm going to talk about my purchases and what my husband got for me from Japan. Let's get into it. So the first thing I purchased was actually for my hair, and it's from Madison Reed. I purchased the shade Iconic Blonde to fix like my hair color, and I opened it, read the instructions, and then realized that I didn't have to wash my hair to use this. So I'm probably going to try and dye it this weekend, but this is what your hair should look like. Yeah, on this side it's what your hair should look like depending on the color it was before, so I'm expecting somewhere between this and this color, which is fine. And along with that, I got this kit because it was half off if you bought like a hair dye kit, and I didn't have any of these tools anyways. So it comes with a bowl, like a plastic bowl, a brush, a comb, some clips, extra shampoo, conditioner, cleansing wipe, barrier cream, and a protective cape. I know that the light is kind of reflecting it a little bit, but I thought that this was perfect because I didn't have anything like this before, and you're not supposed to use a metal bowl. I really didn't want to use any of my good bowls at home. I don't have like a plastic bowl, so this is perfect. And I'll let you know how it goes, or you may see it. My sister-in-law told me that it is very hard to mess up, so I'm hoping that's true. I also picked up this Good as New nail perfector, and I've been eyeing this for about a few years now, but I just never could get myself to pick it up. But there was a coupon, so I ended up getting it. I've heard that this is the same, or like a dupe for the Dior Nail Glow, like the OG formula, and Dior no longer sells the old formula. They sell a new one, which I heard sucks. I do have the old formula, which looks like this. So it is this deeper red color, and I've been just working through it because like I don't want to waste it. And this used to cost $20, and it was amazing. I think they upped the price and then discontinued it, and then they upped the price, and now it's like $32, which is ridiculous. But this was about $11. I got it for about $10 after the coupon. I hope it's as good as the Dior Nail Glow, because even though I still have quite a bit, I feel like it goes by pretty quick too. But I'll let you know if this is actually a dupe in a future video or something. Okay, let's get into what my husband bought me, because I feel so lucky. Like when he showed me everything, I was like, dang, I didn't expect you to like buy all this for me. I think I'm going to start with the snacks, like the food, and then move on to Pokemon, and then finish with like body care and stuff like that. First thing he bought was matcha, first thing I picked up was matcha. He bought 6 different cans. Or is it 6 different? Yeah, 6 different cans and 3 satchels of matcha. I'm glad he went to Loft for these and not Don Quixote, because Donkey's matcha is questionable. I've had it before. We actually still have some from Hong Kong. Like the fact that it's lasted over a year is quite questionable. So I don't know these brands too well. This one says Shogun. Yeah, I don't know. This one just says matcha on it. I know this one is from Ippudo. It is the Shoin matcha. I don't even know what that means. Matcha from Kagoshima, Japan. I know the ring light. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking about it. And then another can of premium matcha, but it's in... I don't know the difference, to be honest, but this one is in a black can. Oh, there's actually 4 satchels. So this is Fuji matcha, Shizuoka matcha from Mount Fuji. Perfect for matcha lattes and cooking. Okay, so this one is a lower quality. If it says cooking, that's like an indicator. Okay, I don't really... Here's the thing. I don't love matcha. It's starting to grow on me, but I only like high quality matcha. Low quality matcha is the worst. So it's like what you find in the US, like at Starbucks, at wherever else they sell it, that's not like a specialty matcha store, it is disgusting to me. It has to taste like grass. And it has to be grassy, smooth, a little bit bitter, and if it tastes like perfume, I hate it. So it has to be floral but not perfumey. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm just very, very picky about my matcha, which is why I generally say that I don't like matcha. I prefer coffee here and hojicha because it's really hard to mess up hojicha, but matcha, oh my god, it is so easy to mess it up. But these all look like high quality matchas, so I'm excited to drink them. Japan is known for having a lot of different Kit Kat flavors, and I told my husband that my favorite flavors were hojicha and ube, or sweet potato, purple sweet potato specifically. He got them for me and he found both, which I was really surprised about because last time I went I couldn't find it. So this is the hojicha one. It is roasted green tea, purple sweet potato. And he didn't buy me just one or two or four. He bought me 3 boxes of each. Whew. I was so surprised when I saw it and really touched too. And also this is really random, but I asked for Japanese cough drops because my friend's husband told me that they are elite in Japan. So I picked up, or my husband picked up 2. I think this one's mint flavored and this one is blueberry flavored, and blueberries are actually my favorite fruit. So I have yet to try those. It's not the exact same brand that my friend's husband showed me, but I think anything is just better than Vicks or Hal's. I hate those cough drops. They're so disgusting. And the Pokemon Center. So there's actually a Pokemon Center online here in the US, but it is significantly cheaper to go to Japan and buy it, and they have limited edition / exclusives to Japan. So I'm waiting for that 30th anniversary Pikachu because it's so cute, and also I'm also turning 30 this year, so I wanted to get the matching Pikachu. And if I don't get it, it's not a big deal. For those of you who don't know, I'm an engineer, and so I fucking love Legos, and what's better than combining 2 of your favorite things into Pokemon Legos. So this is a giant Pikachu Lego set. I think this is what the small one looks like. Like, I had one that was this size, and it was this size because Japanese packaging is very accurate, but then the one that you can build will be this size, as you can see on the back, the scale. And I'm excited to have big Pikachu next to small Pikachu, and I have the small one at work, so I'm just going to bring it back. And then we have Kyogre, which is not as known as Pikachu, but this is the Gen 3 Pokemon on the box cover. So this one's a mini one, so it'll be this big when I build it. I also told my husband to get any exclusive Pikachus he saw there or anything cute he saw. So he got me the Sakura Afro Pikachu. This is so funny. You cannot remove the top. Unfortunately, it's sewn on, and there's like little Sakura petals on him. That's his cheek. And on his tail there's also one. It is so cute! And I can't wait to add this to my collection of Pikachus. Oh, and it looks like the surprise Pikachu face too. I should put this one next to my Among Us Pikachu. He also picked up Latias and Latios, and these are the Sitting Cuties collection, so they're supposed to sit like this on your desk. And Latias is my favorite Pokemon. Well, actually both of them are my favorite Pokemon, because when I was a kid, I won one of the Pokemon movies in like a basketball game. I made 5 out of 5 hoops, like my first try, and so the prize was the Pokemon, like there's a bunch of different prizes on the table, and one of them was a Pokemon movie, and it was the one that Latias and Latios were in. I think it's called Pokemon Heroes. And I picked that one because at the time my brother and I were very close. I picked it because I knew he liked Pokemon. There are 2 Pokemon cards for Latias and Latios in it, so it's like a fond childhood memory. So the Sitting Cuties are actually something you can buy online, I think. Right now they're available at the Pokemon Center. I'm not promoting it or anything. Like, it is obviously going to cost a lot more if you're buying it from the US than from Japan. So anyways, my husband went to the Pokemon Cafe and he picked up this. I think this is called Poltergeist, and it's holding a little matcha scoop upside down. And you can actually store tea inside the Pokemon itself. And I thought this would be perfect for our drinks bar. This is what it looks like. And then you put the holder in this side. So I wanted this to hold, this will probably hold tea leaves if I'm going to be honest, because I don't trust putting my matcha in here, especially with the lid this loose. With matcha, you want to store it in an airtight container or as close as you can get it. This is what it should look like, especially if it's on the table. So I think it's cute, and it'll add some charm to the drinks bar. I feel like my taste in decor is a little bit more on the childish side. I've also gone through phases where I'm like, I want to be super minimal and like have a very clean looking house, but then now I'm just like, no, that looks too dead. And especially if you have like kids in the future, there's no way of maintaining that clean minimal look. And I don't want my kids to grow up in like what feels like prison. So that's why I'm like, okay, I'd like to add color and little cute touches of my personality around the house. My mom calls it hoarding. And then he also picked up this Dragonair plate, and he asked me if I was going to display this or eat off of it. And now I'm not sure, because this plate is so pretty. But I know at the Pokemon Cafe they actually serve you desserts off of this. It's a very heavy plate, and he was also very relieved that it made it through his luggage because, you know, ceramic. But he packed everything very nicely and like snug, so it made it through, and it was also in a box with 3 layers of foam. I wanted this plate to match with the vase that I have, and I asked my husband if he wanted a matching plate because he only got one, because I would feel really bad just eating off of such a pretty plate, and he had like a plain plate, but he doesn't care. So now I'm going to move on to body care and hair care. So my husband got me 2 things of the Pheno hair mask, and no, it's not the same one because there's stickers on it. And I believe one of them has a free sample on the side for the hair oil, which is great because I wanted to test out this hair. I wanted to buy this hair oil, but now I have a sample so I can see how it works, because so far I've only tried one hair oil and I'm not the biggest fan. But anyways, I asked him to buy actually just the refill, but he bought these as well, so that's nice. This refill says it can refill 3 of these little ones. So I will have plenty of hair masks for a while. I think I'm still going to buy at least one of these bags when I go to Japan because I go through these pretty often, and I think in the future I'm going to be using like hair masks more often just to make sure that my hair is nice and smooth and healthy, because it definitely helps a lot with like, I feel like the thickness and moisture of my hair. Then I asked for mouthwash. I think I should have been a little bit more specific, but he got me this one. It is mint flavored, and I wanted the peach flavor. I'm hoping this one will be really sweet. I'm still really grateful for the thought, and I think Japanese mouthwashes are superior to the ones that we can get in the US anyways, so I'm gonna try this one. Maybe I'll like it a lot more than what I'm using right now. And then I asked him to purchase and honey for me, and he could only find the refills, so I was like, that's fine too. So he purchased the shampoo and conditioner, and this is the Precious EX Repair shampoo and conditioner. This is treatment, I believe. So my hair is obviously damaged from bleach, so I decided to go with the treatment one. And when I go to Japan, I'm probably going to purchase the actual bottles. And then I also wanted to try out the answer because I saw Judy talk about it, but also another YouTuber, I forgot who, it was on like YouTube Shorts, talk about this shampoo and conditioner. They call it conditioner treatments in Asia. So this is a shampoo, which is in a bottle, and the treatment is almost always in like a tube. So except and honeys, that one comes in a bottle as well. So I'm excited to try these. This one says for daily damage, and I'm assuming this one is the same thing. And I believe they also have additional hair treatment and or a hair serum as well, so I'm interested in trying that. My husband really spoiled me with all of these, and I can't wait to put everything to use. So thanks for everything, or thanks for everything. Yeah. That's what I said to him. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I mean, I'm not trying to brag by showing you these things. I don't know, I feel a little bit guilty about showing off all this, but in reality, like, I don't spend that much going out to eat. I always bring my own coffee from home when I go to work. And I also haven't bought clothes this year. So yeah, that's everything for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in a month. Bye!